Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. This is episode 1 of my little mini series I'm doing here on this channel called Making a Minimalist Home. During this time, I'm going to be going through room by room throughout the course of probably a month or so, decluttering and simplifying my life by removing excess stuff that's accumulated. And with that being said, I am starting in the simplest place within my home, which is the living room. In the past, I have gone through and just ripped up my entire house. And I've also always kind of started with the biggest project you could start with, which for us was definitely the kitchen. And this time I'm taking a different approach. I want to start with the easiest room that I can because I don't want to overwhelm myself during this process. I want it to feel good. I want it to feel like a release, and I want to build up my confidence moving through this process. And it can be extremely overwhelming when you decide to take on the absolute worst room in your entire house and just go for it, and then you have a big mess or you feel defeated. It is a lot of work. It is a time investment, and it really does take a lot of energy to go through and sort everything like that. I encourage you to start with the easiest room in your house. It could even be a drawer, a corner. Just start somewhere really simple to help you get the hang of it, get a nice flow going. But without further ado, I will give you a little tour of the living room. It's nothing crazy. It's mainly toy clutter is the main thing. My living room is pretty simplistic, at least to me. It is too simple, honestly. I need to do some decorating and stuff. It's just has not been a huge priority of mine. I've been trying to do kind of a low buy year, not spend extra money on decorations or things that we don't actually need. So it is what it is. This is the way it sits right now. So I will give you a little tour and show you what we're going to be working on. Okay, so over here we have our storage cubicle. This is supposed to be like a decoration piece, but it's kind of turned into the kids' storage toy area, which is fine because when they're down here playing, it's practical for them to get their toys out and be able to play because their bedroom is upstairs. So it's a lot of excess work hauling toys up and down every day. So I'm okay with them having toys down here. Just random toys thrown in here, most likely things that were supposed to go back up to their room that just didn't make it. So probably a good portion of the stuff that this stuff matches is up in their bedroom. So I'm gonna set that to the side. And then this one is the same situation. This thing is actually looking pretty rough. It's caving in and stuff. So, you know, they like to crawl in them and play, and it definitely wears out the structure of the cubicle. So, yeah, I might be having to declutter this itself because it's pretty damaged and figure something else out. But if a lot of these toys go upstairs, I won't be needing 2 of them anyway, so it's completely fine. These are just magazines and stuff, which I like to keep down here so that way that it really encourages the kids just to grab a book and read. They have like fun activities in here, so I don't think that they need to go anywhere. The storybook can go upstairs to their room. So put that in the 2-room bin. I'm going to go run it out and put it on the porch. That way it is really easy for them just to grab and go play and draw on the blacktop. So I will be right back. First thing that I want to get done is sorting through these bins out of the cubicle storage piece of furniture. I don't even know what to call it. I know it has a name, but I can't think of it right now. Anyway, so I pretty much know what my kids play with and what they don't. So the main goal here is I'm going to go through and get rid of anything that is broken, definitely has missing pieces or things that I know that they don't play with. Anything else that I believe belongs to something else upstairs, I'm just going to send it upstairs and go through all of their toys at once, which will be in a different video.
that you're doing fine, cause you got me. I don't wanna break your little bubble, but you gotta wake up to reality. Cause I can see in your eyes, your head is full of dreams. Tears are a proof of.
The inside of this is so dirty. It looks like a bunch of flowers just got like smashed up and thrown in here because it's a bunch of flower petals and sequins and just random drawings. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start going through and sorting things based on keep and also categorizing it as I go. I pretty much know what should be kept down here based on what they play with and what would be the easiest for them so they can have things that they use regularly down here because they do spend most of their time downstairs, not up in their room. So I'm going to go through and look at things that are broken. I'm going to just toss them, any kind of paper, anything like that, broken toys, things that I know we got rid of that don't belong to anything. We're just going to throw it away. Things that are in good shape that I think another child could use, definitely going to donate it. And then the rest of the stuff that I know belongs upstairs will go upstairs. So right now it's basically going to be deciding what goes back into this bin, what is throw away, what is donate. So basically anything dinosaurs or imaginary play is something my 4-year-old is really into right now. She loves anything dinosaurs, so there is definitely no way she would ever part with these. So this is definitely a prime example of something to keep downstairs. Random shoelace, you never know when you need one of those. This is garbage. So what I think I'm actually going to do is the stuff that is going to go upstairs, I'm going to put it in this bin because my goal is to actually get rid of these bins and get some different ones. They're looking really rough, they're broken, they're stained, and I would just like to have something a little bit more rustic feel. So I'm going to throw the things to go upstairs in this one bin and just keep one bin down here for now until I swap them out. One-time use things I generally get rid of. I just don't feel the need to like hang on to them. This was for a Home Depot project that their dad had got them, and it was really fun to build a little piggy bank and truck and stuff. But now I think it's time to get rid of them now that we use them and we no longer need them, and that's okay. Jewelry pieces and things for pretend play, dress up, these all go upstairs because that's generally where they do that kind of stuff. They like to pretend to be princesses or they go up there and get all made up. So this stuff definitely has to be upstairs. And this is really common, finding just heads and pieces of things. I will just hold on to it, send it upstairs if we find the match, or maybe it's in the other bin. If not, I will toss it in the garbage because they do love My Little Pony, and if I throw away the head, I'm sure we will find the body at some point and I'll be like, yeah, I kind of threw that away, and I'll feel really, really bad. So better safe than sorry. Have their Play-Doh stuff here. This goes in the other room actually. Need to kind of figure out the craft area because it is a mess right now. I just have not been able to find a good solution for keeping the craft stuff neat and tidy. It always turns into a big mess and things get ruined or dried out, and I end up just throwing a lot of things away or just kind of closing the door to it because I get just in this state of I really don't know what to do. So maybe I do need to go on and look for some creative ways to keep arts and craft supplies, because right now a lot of our storage units, they're really deep, which really to me is not ideal when you have young kids, because it's hard for me to get into storage units that have a lot of depth to them, because it generally entails ripping a bunch of stuff out. So I feel like a shallow but higher, about a child's height where they can reach is ideal for younger children who are trying to learn and develop organizational skills, and it makes it a lot easier on the parent. So I definitely need to figure that whole situation out, because it is a mess right now, but we will get there. So I'm just gonna put this with the rest for now, and that'll be a project for a different day. So I'm going to be very straight up about this whole desk situation that we have in the living room. This is a family heirloom of my fiance's. It was his mom's, so it stays. And a lot of his paperwork is in this top drawer. I'll show you here in a minute. And I am not going to touch it. As much as I would love to go through and organize it and declutter it, I just don't feel like it's my place to go into his personal stuff, even though I know what it is. But I feel like it's his responsibility to take care of it, and I don't want to overstep my boundaries and be disrespectful to other people's stuff. So in situations like this, I generally just put it somewhere out of my personal sight, because I am somebody who is a lot more sensitive to visual clutter or things being disorganized. He seems to function and thrive in it just fine, so we have very different organizational tolerances with what we're willing to keep in our lives and what we're not. So with his stuff, I just put it off to the side, and I just encourage him in a very nice, positive manner that we could go through it together. I suggest organizational strategies, which I have helped him with in the past, but not this time. He is too busy to worry about it. I'm not going to burden him with any extra tasks right now. So I'm going to be leaving the top drawer alone. The bottom drawer I have craft stuff in and game stuff, which is what we're going to be tackling. I just didn't want you guys to wonder about what's going on in the top drawer. It's basically just paperwork and documents that he needs to take the time to go through and sort through when he has the time and energy to do so. Oh my goodness. This right here has been probably the biggest pain points of the whole living room, because as I mentioned, it's very deep, it's very hard for kids and even myself to access. So I definitely need to figure out a different storage solution and pretty much probably just move their stuff out of here entirely, because it's just not functional for them to be able to get their stuff without it being a big mess or a frustration for them or me. So let's go through it, see what we need to keep, see what we need to move. Little aprons for keeping their clothes clean, garbage. So this is where all the little beads are at that I've been finding all over the house. I think this was a slime making kit. I'm definitely gonna throw this away. Okay, so this was a fun project. We made like a little volcano, but the thing about it is it was a one-time use project. The kids really enjoyed it, so I definitely think we got value out of it. I just have this sense of guilt about buying things that you only use one time, both financially and also when it comes to the environment. So I think moving forward, I'm going to try to stay away from one-time use things and look for other solutions that we can repurpose later on. I don't keep every piece of artwork. This one, I think she did a really good job. She's 8 and she's been dabbling in watercolor, and I'm really proud of her for this one. So I'm going to keep this for her as a memory thing for her to look back on. And then there's just like other ones that I really don't feel guilty about getting rid of. Things like this. I know that there's going to be so much artwork. The kids are always making and creating things. So I think it's important to select their favorite and really talk to them about it and be intentional with the ones that you do keep. But the rest of them, we simply just can't keep all of them. You can always take just like a digital copy and create a photo album for them so they can have it without actually having to keep the physical copy. But they can still look back and be like, oh, I did that. Look at how far I've come, or just have that little reflection where they're proud of themselves, and it's a nice memory for them to have. Okay, so as you can see, it is a huge mess inside of there. I think for now I'm just gonna go ahead and put the stuff back in, because now that I've decluttered it, there's really not that much stuff that needs to fit in there. So as long as I can really help the kids learn how to put things back and develop those skills, I don't think it'll be a huge issue for now. So I'm just gonna get it cleaned up, use my vacuum cleaner, clean it, wipe it down, and put the stuff back in, and I think we'll be good to go.
There's so many ways to be happy. You can do whatever you like. You don't have to be ready. You just gotta trust the right. Don't have to be scary. You just gotta follow the light. You're able to be happy. You can do whatever you like. You don't have to be ready. You don't have to be. I see you hesitating while you're waiting, like somebody's gonna give it to you. You gotta chase it, gotta believe it. You gotta go get it for yourself. 'Cause I can see in your eyes, your head is full of dreams. Tears are.
All right, so here's the inside now. It looks so much better. We will see how long we're able to keep it this way. But at first I stacked the stuff where everything was laying flat down, and then I thought to myself it would probably be a lot easier just to put the stuff sideways. So that way when me or them need to get something out, it's a lot easier and you don't have to completely unbury things and pull everything out just to get one thing. So we will see if this makes a difference. This side doesn't have anything, it's just papers. His paper, so I'm just going to shut the door and leave that alone. So I'm the kind of person that I like to clean as I go. It really makes me feel like I can reset the space and just move on from it. The last thing I want to do when I declutter is have to come back and pull stuff out after I've decluttered and organized it. I would much rather just knock it all out at once and just wash my hands of it and move on to the next thing that I have going on. So I'm going to go ahead and just wipe things down and just go around the molding with my vacuum cleaner, make sure I get everything really nice and clean, and then move on. I guess I'm working clockwise. I always seem to go in a clockwise direction. So the last thing that I'm going to do is a box that I've had sitting in the corner for, I don't know, maybe a month now. Decision day is today. That box is going today. We're gonna get it done, so let's continue on. We are in the last section of this room. This is just stuff that comes from where I work, and it's stuff that I or the machine mess up on. It's just stuff that I cannot sell to customers. So a lot of this is just going to get recycled, which I'll just put in my car. There's so many recycling places nearby. See, just stuff that has holes in it. I really can't see it, but it has holes in it just where the bobbin gets caught when embroidering. And it messes up the design, and then you just have to redo the whole thing. When things get damaged, it makes me feel so bad because I really just genuinely do not like wasting things. This was baby stuff that I had purchased a while ago, like a baby blanket. This was back when I was doing sublimation. I have not done sublimation in, I don't don't know, 5 years. So why I still have this stuff sitting here along with a printer when I don't do the sublimation anymore is beyond me. It's pretty safe to say that all of this stuff, little baby hats and onesies that you use to sublimate on, if you're not familiar with sublimation, it's where you print the design and then you use a high amount of heat and pressure and press down, and it actually stains the garment. It has to be polyester, but it gives me migraines. It makes me really sick. So I stopped doing it. I'm really sensitive to chemicals, so I have to be very careful about what I expose myself to. So that's why I have moved on from this. So I might as well just donate it and let somebody else use it. So that was a really easy decision. I have my donate stuff and then I have my recycle stuff. So I guess we're done with that. I have this box with my fiance stuff in here. I'm going to put it in his closet for now. That way it's out of my personal sight, and then when he has time to go through it, he can do that. Okay, so the living room is all decluttered, it is all clean, it is feeling refreshed and renewed, and I am so excited to have this space back in order. Just having those craft areas and toy bins cleared out is a huge relief. Also, that box that I had sitting in the corner that was staring at me every time I walk through here, finally making a decision and having that sense of closure with something, huge weight off. So I'm gonna give you a quick tour of how we're looking after the declutter and cleaning. Okay, so here are the toys that I'm setting up to their room. This is all gonna be stuff that I go through and then we finalize what we're keeping and what we're not. That's just a basket of clothes that have to go up. For here is just the couch. I have the coffee table, my old sad chairs that I really need to replace at some point, but I am utilizing them for as long as I can. Then I have just this small bin of toys for them to keep down here to play with. Just some decorations that I like just because they make me feel happy and makes it feel a little bit more cozy. Just a blanket, an empty space now that I'm getting rid of the other one. Books, my books and the kids' books. Here is my fiance's mom's desk. I didn't do anything with the top one. That is completely up to him. Same thing with that one over there. I'm just going to turn a blind eye and just let him take care of it whenever he gets to it. And then over here is the arts and crafts stuff and games. Looks so much better. And then these 2 boxes is stuff that I'm going to donate and recycle. So this concluded episode 1 of Making a Minimalist Home mini-series. I feel so much better getting this taken care of. I cannot wait to keep going with this whole Making a Minimalist Home decluttering series. It is so much fun to me to be sitting here filming this process and sharing it with you, and also improving my own life and my family's life. And I just know that the more I go through and simplify my life and practice letting go and just being content with what I already have, I'm gonna gain so much more benefit than holding on to things that is taking away value or not serving us. So I am so excited to keep going, and I hope that this video inspired you or motivated you, or was even just somebody to hang out with or put in the background as you clean and declutter yourself. If you like this video and you love decluttering, you want more videos on decluttering, minimalism, and slow living, please be sure to give it a big thumbs up and subscribe so you don't miss more videos like this. We'll see you next week, and I hope you take care until then. Bye, you guys.